Hi guys, Ariel with Arielpaints. So today is going to be an update on waterproof paint. I did complete my first larger party with waterproof dips and solids from ProAiir. And I want to fill you in on a couple little tricks and things that I figured out. I want to show you everything I brought with me to that event and my setup. I also want to show you the designs I did for that event. So at the very end of this video, I'll put a little montage of all the designs that I did that I got pictures of anyways, so you can see those. And then I also want to share a resource with you for some products and information that I think will be really helpful. So if you're interested in doing waterproof makeup for pool parties or really hot days, then stick around and I will give you some helpful tips. Okay, so first thing first, let's talk about my setup, and I'm going to scoot to the side here. So I did use one of my Ronian travel cases. I have a couple of these now because I seem to be using them for alternative setups a lot. So I really do like it. And I went ahead and I used one of these. I used the large ones. I have two of the large ones now. I use these for my glitter tattoos and decided that it would work really well for my dips because it is a smaller setup. So as you guys know, let me get this held up here. There's a space in the top for brushes. So all my brushes for my dips and solids are up there. And then I've got plenty of room in the bottom for all of my other stuff. So I want to show you guys what I brought with me. I brought my Prolong, of course. I went through all my stencils and I kind of picked out the doubles of things that I could keep in my waterproof kit so that I don't have to go back and forth. So I had like an extra reptile. I have things that I don't typically use in my face painting arsenal. So the like full mermaid stencils and stuff that I wouldn't normally use because I'm more like painting mermaids on people, I put these in here so that I could sponge them instead. So it was really strategic, the ones I picked, which I can always go into that more later. But I had a nice array of stencils. Stencils worked out really well with the solids as well. I didn't try them with the dips, but I did use them in my solids. So I also brought a bag of sponges that will be my waterproof sponges, and those really, since they're so light and airy, let's see if I can hold this up here, I really just shoved them right here in this corner in my makeup bag, cleaned them when I got home, I'm good to go. I also brought my container with me to do some mixing on. It was nice to have a container that shuts because dips dry out very quickly, and I was by a lake. And it was windy and stormy eventually, so every time I went to load a brush or squeeze some dips in here, they just immediately started to dry out. So having this that I could close and kind of save that air from hitting it was incredibly helpful. So then I also had my solids in here as well, and then I put my dips in a bag because I still have like the little screw tops on there. I have every intention of leaving them on there. They're airtight. So I have those in the larger container here. And then I also had my little pre-made one stroke palette that I showed you guys, which it worked really well. So I still liked using that. And if you're curious about this, go check out my other video that I did right before this video posted, and you can see what that's all about. Now, one of the things that I forgot to mention that you should consider are gloves, because this is waterproof paint, and if you're going to be doing any sponging, you will get waterproof paint all over your hands, and of course it's removable eventually, but as you're painting you're going to get really dirty. So when I was doing sponge work, I went ahead and slipped on a glove, and I had a couple gloves in my kitchen that I grabbed, so I thought of that last minute. I'm glad I did because I wasn't completely covered with paint when I left that event, so that was helpful. And then also a container. So I haven't used this for my regular face paint for a while, so it was actually perfect to be able to put some alcohol in here and to use it as my rinsing station. Now I want to show you too, let me grab the couple other things that I brought that are just sitting on my shelf right here. So I also brought a pretty large container of 91% alcohol with me that I put in this container, and I didn't use a ton of it. I just put a tiny bit in each well, and since I have 3 wells here, I was able to keep it very, very clean by using dark in one, you know, white and light colors in the other. So I think I mentioned this in the last video, but I'll mention it again. ProAir's website does recommend 91 or higher alcohol to use with their dips products, and the Prolong with the solids. Now I also put some alcohol in a spray bottle and brought it with me so that I could reactivate the paint. So in this container where I had, if I can pop it open, where I already had a good amount of yellow, and then, you know, 20 minutes goes by and then somebody else wants the, you know, Hawkeye symbol, which is an Iowa thing. I went ahead and I could spray that and reactivate it, and it worked out very, very well. A couple more tips I have before I share a resource with you that I think is going to be really, really helpful, and some new things that I've received that I will be taking with me to my next party that I'm very excited about. I want to give you my biggest tip of all when using ProAiir products or waterproof painting makeup products for parties with kids. Simplify your designs. I think in the end, to do a simple design that is very well honed and very clean and looks like what it is supposed to be is more important with the waterproof paint than doing the most elaborate, crazy design. So to give you an example, normally if I were to do a Batman, I would do a whole background and I would do layers and I'd stencil and then I'd paint the Batman on it, and it's a very layered, intricate Batman, right? For a Batman. If I were to do a waterproof painted Batman, I would probably skip the background, do the Batman mask part and wings, and then maybe just do a dot stencil, and that would be my Batman. One, these paints dry out so fast, they're harder to use. The amount of time it takes to do the simpler version is the same amount of time it would take to do your more elaborate water-based painted version. So think of your design and then break it down to the simplest elements and do that version of it. That's what I would recommend with waterproof parties. I did talk to the kids and parents and everybody who wanted me to paint them. I explained to them that it was waterproof paint, and told them about getting it on their arms and their forearms and their leg, and even like décolletage and that kind of thing. And a lot of them said, yeah, I don't want that on my face. Put it on my arm. So I ended up doing a lot of arm designs, which I love doing anyways. So that being said, I want to tell you that there's a couple things that I just got from the lovely Andrea More, who is the Creative Faces face painter. Couple things. She does make videos for ProAiir and has recently posted some with dips on their YouTube channel, and I know she posts them on her Facebook page as well. I will link her face page down below in the description box. Great resource for going and looking at how someone is using dips as a one-stroke painting, and she does it very, very well. She also, in her videos, which I watched this after my party, and I totally get why she uses it. So in her videos, she uses these plastic mats. Now, after I saw the video, I contacted her and said, how do I get all the stuff you're using? She sells it. So I want you guys, if you are interested, to go to her and ask her. It's not expensive stuff, but so worth it. Anyways, so she sells a plastic mat to mix the dips on. And at the party and at the event, I noticed I needed more space. The little lid of what I was using. Where's my container? Oh, here it is. This wasn't enough space. I could have used a larger mat. So that makes sense. This is why she uses this. So I got one of these for her, and I'm so excited to have another gig so that I can try this. I think it'll make my life so much easier. The other thing that I saw her using were these little containers. Now, it does seem silly, but I'm all about efficiency and saving time when I'm painting. And I did notice I had my dips set out, and they were, you know, kind of tucked into my Ronian case pretty nicely because I was using this as kind of like a station. But every time I went to grab a dip, I was grabbing it, turning it over, shaking it, and then, you know, squeezing some out. And that little extra step was kind of annoying. So how she uses these, they're like the perfect size to put your dips in and have them be upside down. So all you're doing is grabbing them and squeezing it out. And this is so simple, but so perfect. There's also this little area inside where you can put a brush. Grab a brush and show you guys. So you can not only have your dips, but you have a place for your brushes to stand for the ones that you're using them. So excited about this. So she provides those as well. Now, the thing that I am most excited about what I saw her use is this soap. You guys know my struggles with removing dips and the ProAiir solids. And a lot of you lovely people commented and kept saying to me to use the liquid soap and not to use water. It doesn't work for me. I have no idea why I have the hardest time removing it. Well, guess what? I painted my hand and I used this magic soap that Andrea sells. And guess what? It came off so fast. And I not only am kind of in love with it, it smells really, really good. So this I am so excited about. I can't even tell you. I will be asking if I can get more of this from her, even in like smaller sizes, or I'm even considering like cutting it up for clients and just passing it out at parties so that they go home with something that will take off the makeup. Because I just think that's huge as not only someone providing a service, but as a parent, that's very important to me. So excited. Thank you, Andrea, freaking out over this. And then I also want to mention something else that Andrea started making, which I've been watching her use on Facebook, and I think they are so cool. She started making these glitter sticks. Have you guys seen these? So these are in little chapstick bottles. Is that what you call them? Chapstick bottles? And they are, she has the ingredients on here. I know it's like coconut oil, beeswax, almond oil, and avocado oil. So totally organic. They smell delicious. But can you see that? So this is like a chapstick with glitter already mixed in. So if you guys watched my glitter video, you might have seen me say that people use chapstick, like organic, non-scented chapstick or something, and they'll put that down and then press glitter into it. Well, this is all of that. This is like both of those steps combined. And I was just messing around with these two. Let's see if I can do it in the camera so you guys can see it. And they work super well. So instead of that extra step, you're just running this over your design and getting glitter right in the little part you want it to go in. So she also sells these. She sent me like a gold and purple one and then like a really chunky gold one, which I'm really excited about because they're really, really cool and such a good idea. So anyways, they smell yummy too. I am kind of a sucker for anything that smells good. Very sensory person in that regard. So my event went really well. I loved using the dips. It was so much fun. Great people at this party too. At the very end of this video, I'm going to plop in some of the photos of the designs I did, and you will see a lot of, especially the ones that the photos of the pictures I got of people's faces are very, very simplified. I did more elaborate designs on people's arms. Of course, I didn't take pictures of everything, but I did get some. So stick around and check that out. I hope you guys liked this update. I hope you guys are doing some research on your own too and getting excited about dips and ProAiir. Do check out ProAir's YouTube page. I know they're trying to add more content on there. And then don't forget to click the link below and check out Andrea's Facebook page. And if you are interested in any of these products, please contact her. She is selling them. You don't need to go through me. Just go straight to Andrea and ask her questions. She's the sweetest person in the world, and I know she will help you guys. I'm really excited to use some of her knowledge and tips that I've seen her do, because I think my next party will be even better. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day and a great summer, and I will see you in my next video.